Hello friends and welcome to the Gamer Down. This is your host, Dark Hostess, and today we're looking at Edna and Harvey by Daedalic Games. With help from Lace Mamba, of course. And this game, it's not a new game. It came out in 2008 in Germany, and it was a huge hit over in Germany. And I can see why. It's a very, very charming click and point adventure, but it's a little more than that. There's, if you've watched my other review of another point and click adventure that had no innovations, this game has several innovations, and it's very creative. I mean, I love the artwork. I mean, just look at that right there. And let me let you enjoy this little cutscene here.
Pah.
Now, I'm not too sure what that has to do with the story, but the story goes, you're Edna, and your companion is Harvey, the little rabbit, and he does a lot of talking for a stuffed animal, and you're in an insane asylum, locked in the padded room, and the main goal is to get out of this padded room and to check out what exactly brought you to this padded room. And it's a very funny story with great dialogue and very good voice acting. I really liked the voice acting. It was very top notch, I must say. And it's very creative. I mean, it's a very, very creative point and click adventure that would be fun for you to play on a lazy afternoon one day. And you see all the different items, and all you have to do is just click to walk around and right click
My most generous host granted me a whole
check out an
chair.
item. And what I was going to say is this game was gigantic.
I'd like one of those
it
for
was
my deck.
over like almost 6 gigs to install.
I wonder if
and
I even have
I imagine the majority of that
can't seem
is
to remember
dialogue, because
anything.
everything you click on has a little funny joke
Doesn't
or
look half bad
anecdote,
to have
as you
upholstery
can
on
see.
the walls.
I mean, every single thing you click on in this entire game has a dialogue attached to it. So that must have taken up an enormous amount of space. And with this, I'm just going to take you through exactly what you're supposed to do. And what you're supposed to do first is talk to
hello?
Harvey
Hello,
to get
Edna.
you started on
What's
this
up?
adventure and to get you out of this little padded cell.
Who the heck
And
are you?
you ask Harvey who
what?
he is.
You can speak?
And this starts your
I'm your buddy,
relationship with
Harvey.
Harvey.
It's a shame you don't recognize me. I'll help you get out of here and try to restore your memory.
Now I am rushing through this, like doing the exact thing
What is
that
this
you're
place?
supposed to do.
I have
But
no idea.
when you're
but I wanna
looking
get out of
looking
here.
around this game and
too.
like you try the different
It seems to be
dialogues,
some
I mean
kind of
each one is
asylum.
worth investigating
This must be
because
a
they're all hilarious. I
misunderstanding.
mean, this game is award winning,
How's
and
it going, Harv?
there's a
I'd be
reason
much
why.
better
It's
if we were
a
outta here
very funny
already.
game and very much worth playing. So
I'll go and have
that's
a
why
look
I'm doing this
around
review
then.
here.
Maybe I can find a way out of here.
And the first objective here is to look at the grate. And isn't the music great? And
Hello?
speaking of greats,
Hello? Can anybody hear me?
and I really love the voice
What do
acting.
you want?
Listen to the guard there.
Here.
Forget it.
Sounds like
What
such
kind of
an
way is that to
a-hole,
treat
right?
a guest? We won't give up that easily, will we?
You have to keep in mind that this is a European German
Looking
game.
at it closely,
So,
the stunning chair likeness
a
of
lot of
this
the
chair
humor
practically
is,
jumps out at me.
you know, you'd say German humor, and you know, the Germans can be pretty funny. And I'm actually kind of a
I've
fan
been
of
sitting around here long enough.
European humor and British comedy and those sorts of things. And the first thing you do here is I'm just
How do you
showing you
feel
around.
about this chair, Harvey?
Like you can
It's
use Harvey
hiding
with
something.
different
You think so?
items, and you'll get a
It
different
looks so
dialogue, which
harmless.
is always funny.
That's just a
I mean,
cover.
you should use
believe
Harvey
me.
with like everything and click on everything. I'm just not doing it because it would just take too long.
Hello?
And what you do again
Don't make so much
is you
noise
talk to
in
the
there.
guard up here.
What do you want?
And what you do to get past this first part is flatter the guard. And but I highly
Couldn't help but
recommend
notice how skillfully you're guarding
reading
this
all
door.
the dialogue and trying every
You
single one
noticed
of
that,
the
eh? So you might have
the
also
different
noticed that I have my
options
own
there
technique.
because they're just all
I
very funny.
developed it at the
I mean,
last
this game,
tournament.
I
Yep.
really liked it, and I'll definitely be finishing it.
Really?
It's a very,
so you're
very
a famous
funny
athlete? Do you play on a team
spin,
or something?
you know, and as a
Oh.
point-and-click adventure goes, I mean,
well,
you really
I
can't
play
do much
golf.
better than this for
Mini golf.
entertainment.
Yep.
And as you see, like, you just keep complimenting the guard, about his mini golf skills.
Mini golf?
Mini golf?
I'm getting all dizzy.
yeah.
And with good reason, sweetheart. You know what? I'll turn on the AC for you. You can cool off a bit
And that was
now.
the whole goal of that conversation, was to get him to turn the AC on. And you know, when you're playing the game normally, like I already know the answers, and to get past this little part,
Not
And
without
what you
consulting
first
my
have to
interior
do-
decorator.
you have to you know, check out this chair over
You're
here,
a good-for-nothing
then try the
deadbeat
different options
chair.
for it. And you know, you click on it more than
Great
once.
idea. I
And once
suppose
you
I'll
click
free
on it
myself by looking at
enough
this chair
times, you'll
again.
eventually screw the leg
Wait
off
a
the bottom of it,
second.
which is
Now
what you
that
need
is
to get to the next
interesting.
part.
The legs are
And
detachable.
Now that we have the AC on, everything should move along really smoothly. But once again, like I said, I mean,
Let's see how
you're
detachable
playing
this
this
chair
game
leg
by
really
yourself,
is.
you want to try out all the options, and you would have to figure out all this by yourself, and which I actually did. I mean, that's one thing I liked about this game, is you know, it's not that difficult to figure it out. And first you use
That didn't do much
you
now,
know,
did
I
it?
tried to use
If
the leg on
only I
the
had something
padding
pointy.
here, but what you first have to do is you have to use the leg on the grate, because that's what you would, you know, normally naturally do, is try it on the grate. And once you use it on the
Let's
grate,
see.
what
If I
happens is
apply the
it
chair
breaks
like that
and
here,
becomes sharp,
and with
where
a
you can start
little bit of
stabbing that
leverage-
padding and get to the
Oops!
next little
I
part.
broke it.
It's great how they you know, mesh it all together. The clues are insightful, and you can figure it out if you have enough time. And see, you just use the broken chair leg on the padding there, and you can actually use that chair leg on all of this padding
There's a giraffe
and
coming from behind this gap.
tear it all up if you wanted to, but you have to open the right one, and it's this one up here. And since the AC was on,
There seems
it
to be a passage
spewed
behind this
stuffing
particular
out on the
cushion.
ground. So you just click on that little part, click on the new formed slash that you have right there.
Hello?
Well, sweetheart, what is it
But first,
now?
I wanted to talk to this guard and to see if there was anything new, and see if I could get him
I feel a little
to
chilly
do
now.
if there was anything else with
Can
the
you turn off
AC.
the AC
but
again,
he
please?
pretty much blows me
No.
off there.
Fresh
And really,
air
all
is
you had to
good
do
for you.
was
And with
just go
any
click
luck,
on the
it'll make you
newly
drowsy.
formed slash that you have up there. But this is another good opportunity to just hear some of that great
I'd like to know
dialogue
more about mini
again.
golf.
Well, who doesn't? Have I already told you that I play in the professional league? Yep.
Yeah, the dialogue is
Will you
just
excuse
great,
me for a
and
moment?
there
My
is
rabbit is trying to tell
tons
me
and
something.
tons and tons of dialogue.
What?
And like I
didn't
mentioned,
wanna
this
say
game was
anything.
about 6 gigs
Play
long,
along. This guy is
6 gigs
painfully
big to
boring.
install, and it obviously wasn't spent on
Still loopy.
you know, I mean, the graphics. I really love the graphics style, but I'm just showing you some of the different things. Like,
Did you see that
you
too?
use Harvey.
Yeah.
Like,
there seems to
if
be
you're
some
stuck in a
kind of
situation,
passage back
then like
there.
just try to use Harvey, and he's
There
like your
seems to be a passage
supposed to be
behind
your
this particular
subconscious,
cushion.
and this is a really funny story too. You know, I mean, it adds to everything. I mean, Maybe the story's for a little bit younger crowd. I don't know. Use the sharpened leg once again on the vent there to open it up and expose it. And here I'm just showing you there's the ventilator, and just click on every item in here just so you can get a little dialogue on everything. There's the screws.
There's a ventilator behind the grate.
See, you just...
I hate grates.
I hate grates. That's too good, isn't it?
I can't unscrew it without some kind of tool.
Huh. You used to know how way back when.
What do you mean?
You used to be able to loosen screws with no tool before. That's what I mean.
And what you first do here is you use Harvey with the screw.
I could just cry, Harvey. I can't
and
loosen
just
these screws.
do that twice.
Aw, come on.
And then the second time,
be able to eat screws
you
like
get teleported
breakfast.
back
That
in
certainly
time.
wouldn't have stopped you when you were little.
This story is
that?
Well,
you know what,
used to
it keeps
be
you
able to pull
on your
off a pretty
on your
cool
toes, I
trick.
guess you'd say. I mean, like you never expect the next thing to happen that does happen. And like you see all the dialogue here. I mean, each one has a very hilarious
Could I teleport?
portion
Not
of dialogue
exactly
here.
that.
And it's all
But
worth
a couple
hearing.
of stupid screws would never have been an obstacle for you.
I must have been an extra laid-back kid. What else do you know?
That isn't how it works. Just remember, I'm a projection of your subconscious.
Nobody's perfect.
I can give your memory a boost. But you'll have to show me things that remind you of your childhood.
Like the screws?
Exactamundo.
And then?
Then I'll tempomorph us to the past.
Cool.
There's just so much good dialogue. I hate to talk over it all. Just want you to be able to hear a little bit of it. And then you use
I'm
Harvey
ready,
once
Harvey.
again.
Shall I tempomorph you to the
And-
past now?
Then it's time to move on to the next section of this very
Yeah.
hilarious game here.
Tempomorph me to the past.
As you wish. Hold on.
And here we go. Tempo morphed to the past. It's 10 years in the past, to be exact.
So this is the past? It looks like our old basement at least. And look at me. I'm young.
We've jumped back about 10 years.
Don't I have to be careful now that I don't run over my own grandpa or something?
No more than usual. We're just observing your memory here.
Ah, I see.
And you'll see what's really
So I
cool
don't have
is
to be careful
this
in
is
case
an
I step on
innovation
some
about this
dinosaur eggs.
game
Not
that
if
is
you
pretty
can find
awesome.
any.
Is you can switch between
I know
Harvey
what day this is.
and Edna.
My father locked
and
me up in the basement
you have to do
because I
that to
teased
solve
the neighbor's boy.
like puzzles
His
like
name
in
was
this section right here.
Albert or
Like you use Harvey to
Alfred.
pick up
Alfred
certain
Marcel.
items and to explore
Alfred
certain areas.
Marcel? Like in Dr. Marcel? Oh no.
And you see like Dr.
You
Marcel,
better believe it.
he's the
He's
head
the
of the
son
insane
of the
asylum
doctor in
that you
charge
are
of the
currently
asylum.
locked
Whoa.
in the
But
current
this
day.
shouldn't be a concern for us. We're here
And
to teach you
you
the
obviously
art of
you did something to
loosening
his son
screws without a
that
tool.
ended up getting you in that
All
insane
right, then.
asylum.
I have to get my
Here we go. You
bearings
first start off
I'll go
using
first,
Harvey
if you don't mind.
to move
We
around
can
here
take turns,
and
Okay.
check. You're supposed to check out all the items first, and here you can read the little hint right here, and you see that Harvey is able to collect certain items that Edna can't, and once he's collected one of those items, he brings them back to Edna and shows them to her, and vice versa. Actually, like later in the game, you use Edna to show use things with Harvey, and vice versa. But it's a really, this is
One
something
time,
new that I
Edna
have
put firecrackers
never
in the
seen in
furnace.
another
But there
point
was
and
no
click
fire
adventure.
in
Really,
the furnace back then.
I have
His playmate
seen
Alfred was there instead.
one other where you switch between
It's
characters,
a
but
solid rake with
this
a
is
long
definitely
handle.
different.
This pile of firewood is home to a vast population of hidden arachnids.
So after you've looked at a few of the things, the first thing you do is move up the stairs and you check out the
This
screws
is
here.
interesting. The
Because the
screws
screws are
keep
they're
inflating. I remember.
I guess it's kind of
All
a
coming back to
little
me.
connotation
Edna
there
was
too,
able to
about
loosen
having
the
your screws
screws.
loose.
All I have to
And
figure
being
out
in
now
an
is
insane
exactly
asylum.
how she did it.
So first you just have
I
to
can
look at
see
the
the
screws as
kitchen.
Harvey.
Nobody there. And the key isn't in the lock.
Then you bring the screws down to your bar there. Then what you do is you just walk back downstairs and you show them to Edna so Edna can check them out.
Hey Edna, I found some screws. I know now. You have to loosen these screws to get out of here.
That doesn't really help us much, does it? Now we've got the same problem as the one in the present.
Oh, right.
And
I'll
now
have
you
another
see
look
that
around. I
they have a
promise
little
you I'll
funny
get us out of
conversation
here.
here. And what you need to do now is go check out the rake
It's a
here.
solid rake with a long handle.
And first you take the rake and drag it down to your bar. Then you take it over to Edna, drag it over to her.
Can you reach the window with the rake?
And with this
almost sounds
progresses
like it
you
should work.
along. And
I
like
could
I
give it a
said,
try, if you let
if
me.
you were playing this game normally, like I already know the answers, to the puzzles, and so I'm just kind of just going ahead with them, just so you can get a quick look at this game and check it out, and not just have me fumbling around looking at stuff. And so first you go back to Edna, then you get the rake and you use it with the window up there. Now, what you do next is you switch to Harvey and you get to go through the window and you get to check out the little next area. So that's pretty neat. And the end of this little section here of like how she ends up
will
loosening
you help me up
screws,
there?
that's
Just
pretty
for a
damn funny
second?
too.
Yeah, I think I can manage.
And as you see, we're on the outside in the yard, and the graphics, once again, they're they're of course they're not realistic.
It collects
They're
rainwater.
pretty damn funny. And just look around, just check out every little thing, because every little item has a little funny backstory with it, or a little funny piece of dialogue, and it's all worth checking out. I mean, it's very well written. The person who wrote this is a very famous writer, and I forgot what his name was, but I know he's very well known. And as you
there's
see,
somebody sitting there. The guy
here
on the
is,
left is Mattis, Edna's father.
Edna's father,
But on the right, hey,
having
isn't that
ice
Alfred
cream
Marcel?
with
That's the son
evil
of Dr.
little-
Marcel, the head of
and
the asylum.
what you're supposed to do
Edna had to
in
play
this
with him
scene
a lot
to
back
progress
then.
to the next part
But
of this
why
game
is he sitting here eating
is you see the
ice cream with
newspaper
Mattis
laying
when
there
Edna's
under the
locked
umbrella.
inside? I don't
You're supposed
get
to
it.
go check it out and just read the articles, and all the articles are damn funny.
That's Mattis, Edna's father. I can't
Yeah, I always
believe
just
he's
hate to
eating
talk
ice
over
cream
this
with that
dialogue because
obnoxious
it's just so
Alfred,
good.
While at the same time, poor Edna is locked in the basement. This is the height of injustice. Am I dreaming? Isn't that Alfred, Dr. Marcel's son? Edna had to play with him a lot back then. He was the most obnoxious kid in the whole town. And here he is, together with Edna's father having ice cream. Something stinks.
I just wanted you to be able to hear that. And now you just walk to the newspaper and look at these hilarious
This
articles
says
here.
that you're allowed to ride
Chestnut
an
thief
eagle with
on the
brush.
run again.
Yippee!
And just look at that
That
mugshot.
oversight was long
Isn't that great?
overdue.
And the chestnut thief, he
It says
steals
that the
trees.
chestnut burglar has escaped again. We'll have to watch our chestnuts closely now. Just a second.
And
This
you
is
should read all the other
interesting.
articles as well.
It says he escaped
They're
by
equally
using a chewed
hilarious.
off toenail.
And as you
Flint,
can see,
Michigan, a left-handed person was
the
stabbed with a
chestnut thief,
right-handed pair of scissors.
he escaped
Very
by
strange.
unscrewing the screws to his cell with his toenails. Isn't that awesome? And what you need to do is I accidentally clicked out of this, but go back to the newspaper and then get article number 2 and drag it right there on your bar so you can show it to Edna. Now just head back around the corner and back to the basement window.
This leads back into the house.
So I just wanted to show you one of the funny dialogues. It's so damn funny. And here we go. Now you can drag the article over to Edna.
Guess
Now
what?
you know
The chestnut burglar
exactly
has
how to
escaped again.
unscrew screws.
Oh no, not again. Last time he took 3 trees in our street alone.
Police are saying that he escaped using a chewed-off toenail.
Really? A gnawed-off toenail shouldn't be hard to come by.
And there we
Now?
go. We have ourselves a toenail in our in our inventory. Since when have you ever played a point-and-click adventure game and you had a toenail? There it is, right there. This game, I don't know. It just made me
Dirt under the
laugh.
edge.
I mean, maybe
Look
it's
for
just my
yourself.
humor, but it seems to be a lot of people's humor because a lot of people have bought this game, and it was an epic success over in Germany.
I'm really
And,
curious
it's-
to see
I
if
imagine
this is
it'll
gonna
be a
work.
huge hit over here in the
I
U.S.
can't
as well.
believe it really did work. The latch isn't held by the panel anymore.
And what you had to do if you
I
missed
can
it there is
just
you
open the
use the
door.
toenail on the screw, and then you try to open the door,
This
and
really is
you're back
our old
in your kitchen.
I
But
can't
then you're
wait
very
to go
much
on exploring my
back
past.
in your cell. So, with your newfound knowledge of screws and toenails, you will be on your way to getting out of your cell. And with that, I'm going to end it with this little entry back into your cell. And I think you should go check this
Hey,
game out.
It was
This
all
is a
just
definite
about to
hit
come
for
back
me.
to me.
I'm
And
sorry.
this has been the Gamer Down,
This was all I could remember.
And I'm your host,
At least
Dark
you learned how
Horses.
to loosen screws.
See you next time.
Right. Thanks, Harvey. Where would I be without you?